This is what we want most of all for you. We want you to begin to be aware of the association, the correlation between what you're thinking and how you're feeling, because they always match up, and what's manifesting in your experience. Because what's manifesting in your experience is always a match to what you are broadcasting. Just can't get around it. But you can broadcast more deliberately. We call that deliberate creation. Or you can broadcast by default. That's what most humans do. They just look around and blow vibration, blow it and flow it, blow it and flow it, blow it and flow it, and then they go, oh, what a surprise. How did this come? Someone else must be doing this to me. And we say, you can be influenced by others. You can be influenced by others, but no one can vibrate for you. You know what causes you to offer a vibration other than what you would really mean to offer? It's your reaction to conditions. It's your reaction. How absurd that is. How wrong that is, you say. How much I'm attracting this thing that I disapprove of and do not want in my life experience are the real words that you might want to start offering. Oh, look at that. Look at that terrible, terrible thing. Join with me, all of you, and let's look at this thing that we do not want, and let's watch it get bigger and come right to us. That's the way it goes, you see. Because you get what you think about whether you want it or not. So, we see you have dragged your physical bodies here. We have not. And there are many more of us than there are of you. You're outnumbered. Therefore, it will be a very good day. You are knowing what you are wanting. Yes. You like that feeling of desire when it hatches, when it bubbles to the surface and you recognize it as your personal desire for a moment before you kill it with doubt. Feels good to desire something that you believe, doesn't it? And when you desire something that you believe, your desire just continues to unfold in lovely ways, doesn't it? When you desire something that you doubt, then the hardness of it is more evident to you. The stalling of it, the slowness of it, or the frustration of it is your experience. So the key is to learn the power of focus. To learn that you don't have to just look at what is. Most do that mostly. Most offer their vibration, which is what accomplishes your point of attraction. Most offer it completely based upon what they are observing. So they just sort of look around in an objective way, which you've been taught to understand is good, fair and balanced and so forth. But when you observe, things wanted and things not wanted, things wanted and things not wanted, what happens is you clutter up your vibrational emanation, and doing so, you clutter up what comes back to you. You contradict your own vibration. I want it, but really slows momentum. So the step one, which is the asking part, which contrast helps you to do all day, every day, you've done and you've done well. And step two of this creative process is source answers what you've asked for. And that's that whole book series that we wrote about the vortex, where we wanted to help you to understand that there is a vibrational reality that you have created with your desire that has been answered by source and that is ripe and ready for you to receive, but you've got to turn the knob. You've got to adjust your vibration. You've got to practice yourself into the receiving mode of what you're asking for. You just can't feel the injustice of not enough money and let money come into you. It's like putting up your shield. And so the money's raining down, the ideas for it are coming to you, being flowed to you from your inner being with the power of law of attraction. But you've just got a vibrational shield up. Your resistors are up if you believe other than you desire. So often you say, well, how do I change my beliefs? Esther argued with us a long time. She would say, but Abraham, it's true. It's true. I do believe it, but I believe it because it is true. And are you really asking me to believe something that isn't true? That doesn't sound spiritual, Abraham. You're asking me to believe what isn't true? And we said, there are so many things that are true that you don't want to experience. And just because they're true is not a good reason for you to focus on them. Because when you focus upon them, you practice the vibration of them. And when you practice the vibration of them, you get that momentum going, which prevents you from what you do want and gives you what you don't want. Because in this law of attraction based universe that's based upon inclusion, you get what you think about whether you want it or not. So when you look at something that you really, really want, and you talk about it, and you talk about why you want it, and you practice thinking about it, and you feel happy when you do, you practice the vibration of it, you increase the momentum of it, and it is coming to you. It will be realized by you in its fullness if you keep it up. And when you shout no at something, the same exact thing is true. Because when you say no, you're really saying yes, because there's no yes and no vocabulary in a vibrational universe. There's just attention to it and practicing the vibration of it and becoming a match of it until you and it are one, and then you and it are having an experience together, you see. Oh, Esther loved hearing that, and then she hated hearing that. Something wonderful would happen and she would say, I did that, hey, I did that, hey everybody, I did that. And then when something not wanted would happen, she would say, I did that too. I did that too. And so we know that you know basically what we talk about here. We talk about the laws of the universe. We talk about who you are and how you got here and where you came from and why you came. In other words, we'd like you to understand the fullness, the big picture of who you are. But we also want you to understand that you often, with your own personality, in your own day-to-day experience, contradict your own desire. And in doing so, you cause law of attraction to respond to opposing ideas within you. I really would like to have that, but I really don't think I'm going to get it. And so there's no momentum that comes from that. It's like the train going that way, then 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 that way. And then you say, why can't I leave the station? And we say, because you're not focused upon what you really want. You think about what you want, but then you think about how it hasn't come yet, or you complain about how long it's taking or how long it's not been there. You say to us, I'm not making this up, and we know you're not making it up. You are often telling it exactly like it is. But when you continue to tell it exactly like it is, it can't improve. It just keeps coming back the way you tell it, you see. And so we want to help you to remember that you are a powerful creator, and that just by recalling, by remembering, by keeping active in your mind how the laws of the universe work, and that law of attraction manages everything in the universe. The same law that makes it possible for you to set your radio dial at a particular channel and receive what is being broadcast from that transmitting tower. That's what law of attraction is. Law of attraction matches signals. So when you're offering a signal of vulnerability, law of attraction cannot yield to you otherwise. There's a better way of saying that. You can't let law of attraction yield to you otherwise. You are emitting a signal that disallows the signal that you want. It's like saying, oh, there's this really good station on my XM radio, and I just love the genre of music and the artists that they often play. And then you set your dial just a few numbers off, and then you complain. It was here yesterday. Where did it go? And we say, it's still broadcasting. You're not receiving. And that is really the primary message that we want to offer to you, that we want you to receive, is that you got to adjust your receiver, because you've already done the asking. You already did step one. Even before you came into this body, you asked for many things that you intended while you were here.